Hey, did you know there's a lot more going on right now at our websites? Are you watching all 4 of them? If not, check them out. There's a list right here. We got 3 YouTube channels and 1 audio-only channel for your enjoyment. So come on, dig in, and see all the stuff we do here at the North American Snow Queen Palace. Hello everybody, it's Lumi Anne Finistra, and today I'm here in the old formal studio because Michele and I are going to talk about something that she mentioned to you briefly on her channel, which was on a vlog that she has had some weird dreams lately, and she wanted to ask me if what I thought they could be meaning, and I said, okay, we'll take a look at it. And so here's the question, Michele. Would you please explain, first of all, what the dreams were about? I'm not really sure what they were about because I never experienced anything like them before. At least not recently. Okay. Can you explain anything? I can tell you that some of the dreams, I wake up, and one dream I feel like how the world is shifted and everything's changed, and that all the so-called normalcy of the universe has taken a nosedive. What do you mean by nosedive? What I mean is just like everything that was supposed to be normal is not normal. Like, okay, one time I woke up and I thought I was on a reality show. Why? I don't know. It just did. So it was like, okay, so you felt like you were expected to do something like you would on a reality show to win a prize or something. In this case, it was more like a penalty. Penalty, like, what do you mean? Like, I was supposed to do some kind of a penalty, had something to do with colors and shapes. And I had to do a certain thing within a certain number of minutes, or I was going to be eliminated. I don't get it. I don't either. Well, did you get it done? One time I did, and I felt better, and then the second time I didn't, and all of a sudden I felt like my body was being disassembled molecule by molecule. Molecule by molecule. And I'm you were coming apart. Yeah. Okay, so now, you and I both know you're not stupid, and you and I both know that you study in knowledge as much as I do. And we both know that dreams like that usually have meaning in between the lines. I would think so, but I'm not sure what that meant. Like the last one certainly didn't make any sense. I woke up and my bedroom looked normal, then all of a sudden the color shifted and went all pear-shaped on me, and I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. And I woke up and I started screaming. I was like, not again, not again! And I'm like, you woke me up that time. I'm sorry, Lil, I know. I woke you up that time because I couldn't figure out. I asked you, I said, you asked me, did I see anything funny? And I couldn't see anything funny. I was like, why are you waking me up? I was like, I couldn't figure out who else to ask, obviously. So, what do you think it means? Well, I went ahead and I talked to Father Yahweh, and he said to me is that he does not recognize any of these events from anything to do with his domain. Did you think it had anything to do with Lucifers Domain? No, it didn't have a signature on it. It didn't have the feeling of a demonic. Well, it sounds more like demonic to me, because, I mean, okay, wait a minute. If you're saying it wasn't from Lucifer, and yet it kind of sounds like something that Lucifer's people would do, or Loki would do. Yeah, Loki. But the question is, why would Loki want to waste his time to do that? Well, Loki, if you don't know, is from the Norse mythology, is a trickster. He does things that he does because he actually enjoys pulling tricks at people, which is very different than Lucifer, I think. Well, I don't know. Lucifer can be pretty conniving too, especially when he wants somebody to really particularly bend over and follow them. Yeah, well, unfortunately in this case, like I said, I don't think it was definitely not Lucifer. Okay, now, besides those experiences, you've had them before. I've had dreams before where I thought my bed was sinking into the floor. I've had dreams where I thought I was levitating. You have levitated. I do know that. Okay, so that wasn't really a dream. Right, but when you were doing both levitating, when you were levitating, for example, did you feel scared? No. When you felt the bed was sinking into the floor, what did you do? I freaked like a son of a bitch. Because you remember, we live in an old building, so, I'm always concerned that, right. So you were concerned based on what you thought was happening, what really wasn't happening. And then you checked the bed the next day, and you found that it didn't physically sink into the floor. There was no sign of any kind of impressions or from where the legs of the bed would supposedly would have fallen to the floor. No, it was, in the dream, it was almost like the floor became like jelly. It was like the bed was slowly passing through like jelly or jello. But like I said, it wasn't really passing through jello or jelly unless, like I said, I think it's more of a metaphysical thing. Well, okay, let's talk about that. First of all, for those of you who don't know, and I'm going to ask you this question because you know the answer, Michelle. I know you do, but the rest of my audience may not know it. First of all, could you please define to me what is a mystic? Well, like I said on Ancient Aliens, a mystic is somebody who has a foot on one side of the one paradigm and has a foot on the other side of the other of another paradigm. In other words, between here and the spiritual realm. Right. So in other words, they tend to be sensitive to the energies of both domains. It sounds to me like you were experiencing something like that, where you were saying to yourself, I remember you freaked out. You immediately contacted Yahweh in a prayer and you said, Lord, help me. Yes, because I didn't know what I was supposed to do, because I couldn't even get a decent night's sleep, because every time these happen, it shakes me up so bad that I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I think it's harder because, well, honestly, I'm an intelligent person. I study, I read, I write, I do documents, I do videos, I do DIY programs, and I'm certainly am not afraid to get on the internet and search for information, but I couldn't find anything that was clear cut about the situation. I've certainly heard of others having similar events, but they're just as baffled as I was. And it's hardest of all for those who are capable of having education and thinking things through, because they get in there and it's like, what? Wait a minute. Why is this happening? And then they try to rationalize it, and then they fail to rationalize it. Well, I'll tell you something. I think that rationalizing a event that goes beyond logic is like, is really difficult to do because all the rules of logic doesn't hold true. Yeah. Okay, so obviously, did you have that kind of experience last night? No. Okay, so you didn't experience it last night? No. Because before I went to bed last night, I put a prayer into Father God, and I said to him, Daddy, look, I don't want to go through this again. Yeah, for me, it did that. And obviously it helped. It did help. It helped a lot because I began to understand that there's something, because, like you said, because I'm a mystic, I think I'm very susceptible to certain things and certain energies, and I felt really, really like I had my pants down. It's kind of like when you're if you're in the shower, and somebody opens up the shower curtain, even if it's somebody you know, like your husband or something, and all of a sudden it's like here you are in your naked state, your pure state, and all of a sudden it's like, peekaboo, and I was like, what are you doing? Yeah, it's like that, because it's like, it totally throws you, because everything that you knew, is like, now you're exposed. It's like somebody can say, busted, I know now what you're doing. Yeah, well, in this case, but you didn't know what they were doing. No, whoever they were, was clearly was scaring you badly. But except, as I understand it, last few nights, there was no sense of animosity or hurt towards you. It was just more like, oh, we're going to play some games in Michele tonight, and see just how much Michele can take before she flips out. One day, when I woke up, I was crying. That I remember. And I don't remember why I was crying. I just woke up crying, and I was like, oh my God, something's going on now. Because I remember it was like, not again, not again, not again, not again. And I was like crying. I was like, not again. I don't want to go through this again. I don't want to go through this again. But what was it you were going through is the part I don't understand. It was like everything was... The whole world has shifted, and all the things, like my bedroom was completely different. There was like, the walls were different, the floor was different, the computer wasn't there. I felt like I was in somebody else's bedroom. Was it a modern bedroom? No, it wasn't modern in the sense that we didn't have... There was no computer in there. There was no telephone in there. Right. So in other words, it may have been something from this decade, but it wasn't your bedroom. Exactly. I'm not sure what to make of that either, but I certainly have heard of people having that kind of situations. So let's ask the question out. I need to know this. We've talked about this off camera as well. What causes it? I think part of it might be something deep down in your psyche that is so terrified of certain things that your brain, especially in your semi-awake state, is kind of... This one happens, right? It's usually like early in the morning. 2, 3, 4 morning. So you get a couple hours of sleep ahead of time. Because I've been going to sleep earlier at night. Okay. And then all of a sudden, I wake up, almost like a shot. It's like, what? Like everything was, all of a sudden the world was different. And I would say that's probably about close to about 3:30-ish. Because Rusty didn't go outside yet. Okay, so he still didn't want to go out yet. Not yet, no. Okay, so obviously somebody or something is finding you to be a very exciting target for their own pleasure, or maybe there might be a test of some sort. How am I supposed to pass it? I can't tell you. I don't know. But I will tell you one thing I would always do is make sure, if you're really afraid of it happening again, try to memorize as much detail as you can before you're waking up screaming. If you can, try to use the ability of lucid dreaming, because that's what I understand. You can actually change the events in the story by setting up lucid dreams. So now all the so-called bad things doesn't happen anymore. So you're saying you use lucid dreaming to change things. Yes. Okay, so anything else I need to know? Well, I would say if you really, really want, Mother Asna and Father Yahweh love us both, and that they don't want us to feel hurt or afraid, and they want us to be happy. So I would definitely say is maybe you should always put a prayer into Mother and Father God to offer you a little bit of an assistance. And when you do have those scares, as you did, and I think very smart you did that, because I think it was a smart move, is you immediately realized that you need to make sure to put an SOS out to Father Yahweh, and you said to him, I don't know what's going on, I'm scared, and I don't know what to do. You remember that? I remember that. And you think that may be why I didn't run into that again. I think that might be one reason why you didn't run into it again. But I'll be honest when I tell you this, Michelle, I think you will run into that again, because somebody obviously has got your number, and somebody obviously has found that you can give them the jollies unintentionally that makes them very excited. I don't know exactly what you've done to get somebody the jollies to come and decide that they want to play games with your head, but I got a feeling that you really need to make sure to take as much detail into this as you can, and research it and study it, and learn, why it's happening. You and I both talk to Mother every night, almost every night, and I think that we definitely would benefit by telling, Mother and, us, and say, hey, we'd like to know why we're having these dreams. And if you would please be willing to help us to understand. Playing with this little... What are you playing with? Just playing with this little toy soldier. You first of all got his arms not wrong. I know. You basically gave him the equivalent of a broken arm. Oh, at least now he has his arm normal. I was trying to just straighten out his arm. Okay. Oh, okay. So you wanted to have it like this. Okay. So... yeah, Michelle's always playing around with some mouse. It's just sometimes a little much easier when especially when I'm scared or something, I can grab something and play with it. Just because that's the Aspie way. Yep. Okay, so please don't break his arm, Michelle. He's a good little soldier. He hasn't done anything wrong. Don't dislocate his cuff either in his shoulder. His rotator cuff. He almost did. Sorry, little guy. So what I want to know is there anything I should know? Is there anything I should do? I don't know. It sounds to me like, this guy's posable. He's posable. I really can't tell you what to tell you. I definitely would say is that Mother God probably would tell you that you definitely need to keep abreast with Mother and Father God and let them know that something's wrong and stand up and say to them is, hey guys, you know what? I need some assistance. It's okay. No one's been. So I never see any reason why you shouldn't be afraid to ask for help. This goes to anybody out in my audience. If you think you got a problem, you get on the old prayer line, direct connection to Mother and Father God, and you say, hey, I need help here. One of the things the mother suggested I should do is go home for a short time and do an outpatient visit with the Institute over there to see if we can find out. That wouldn't be such a bad idea. I mean, because it sounds like we need to find out who or what is causing you to have those experiences, because it doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right at all. And you never really experienced it. No. But I've had my own experiences that have been equally unsettling. So it's not like it only affects you. One of the things, Luma, I wanted to ask you was would you be willing to take questions from the audiences? I mean, because I know we've done it on YouTube a few times and everything, but I never seen any recently. People don't seem to be interested in talking to us. I would love to talk to anybody. If you got a question, comment, suggestions, concern, let's talk. Let's talk. You know, exactly. Let's get out there and open up a dialogue. And I mean, I have no particular concern. Whatever you want to talk about, we'll talk about it. So let's do that. Just send me an email message at the bottom of this video in the comment section. Give me a topic you want to talk about. If it's something that is appropriate for this channel, we will bring it up. If you feel it's something that must remain confidential for reasons that you don't feel is appropriate for the public to talk about, I mean, you don't want to make a public suggestion because maybe you're afraid of ridicule or whatever, you want to talk about it in private, you could always email me at lumifinistra@gmail.com, and we'll talk about it there too. And if I'll look at all the topics, and if there's something that I feel it would be appropriate for our channel, we will gladly talk about it on our channel. Thanks, son. Yeah. And by the way, how's your channel doing? Down to 72. 72. You were up to 70, 76, 78 one time. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I think just that maybe some of my audience just kind of like lost interest because we changed the videos so many times, and then all of a sudden they had lost substance. And I think maybe the audience had kind of gotten a little bit upset about, yeah, okay, kind of like, it's just kind of like this guy here when he puts his hands out here. He's like, I don't know what to do. He broke his arm. I didn't break his arm. I mean, it doesn't look natural. Oh, so this is that because of the molded on military stuff in his kit and stuff. He can't really pose him as good as he could if he didn't have all this, like his canteen and everything on him. But basically, we were trying to sing this. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Wait, exactly. It didn't work out that way. Kind of did. Okay. As far as it could do, I don't know what to do. So, okay. But we also got you got some new programs also going on the YouTube channel as well. I mean, welcome to my world. Yes, I do. I have 2 new videos. I'm going to try to get them up tonight. One of them is on their DIY video experience talking about how to use CCTV cameras. You may have found surplus, leftovers, whatever, for doing YouTube videos. Okay, so that sounds like something that some people might find useful. Yeah, I definitely say, it's too bad this guy doesn't have really much twist in his arm. No, unless I suppose Mrs. Twist. This is Mrs. Twist, yeah. Well, at least, no wait, I can finally put my hand in my mouth. Oh. Yeah, well, don't put your foot in your mouth. Oh, actually, I probably can make them do that today. You probably could, yeah. Well, let's not do that. Okay. So anyway, what I'm trying to get at is that I just really wish I understood exactly why I was having all these dreams and stuff like that. And like I told you, Michelle, I don't know. I really wish I could tell you why you were having those dreams. Maybe there's some reason. Maybe there's something important. Maybe there's something that has to be said or done. I don't know. It just sounds to me like, you have experienced something crossing between the two dimensions, and it has totally thrown you for a loop and scared you badly. And you've had it happen before. I have, yeah. And you always pull through. I always pull through, but it scares me badly. Well, I would just say is, like I said, is if you can, pray to Mother God, Father God, before you go to sleep and say, hey, guys, I would like to have a nice, quiet night in bed, sleep, and relax. Right. By the way, we want to talk to you guys about something that me and Michelle are doing on our own ahead of time. You want to do it? You want to talk about it? Or you want me to talk about it? It's your channel. You tell. Okay. We are working on our life chart for our next life ahead of time. Something that normally is done when you go home is if you're going to come back again, you're doing your life chart. Well, we decided to start doing our life chart for our next life now, because we have so much time around to begin to put the pieces together. And me and Michelle have already made a conscious decision. We are going to stay together. But Lumi and I are going to be separate people in the next lives. Right. We're going to be separate physical people, not just in the same flesh, so that we can enjoy each other's company. We're going to be we want to be together as a couple. How that's going to work out, I don't know yet. Michelle and I are still trying to figure out the ins and outs on that. But I'm really looking forward to it if it all works out. That me and Michelle will be able to be together. Because we really love each other a lot. We've been through a lot. Me and Michelle have been together now. When I was her spirit guide from her, childhood. From birth all the way up until 2011, and then after that, Michelle acknowledged that we were supposed to be joined together, and then that's when we joined together, and then we were officially joined by Mother Asna in May of 2011 on Beltane, me first. And it's been a very wonderful experience that we'd like to continue enjoying each other's company, but as separate physical entities in our next lives. We also are going to be trying to do something different in the sense that we're going to see if Mother and Father God could put us into either another dimension where we can live somewhat similar to where we would have lived back in the Victorian era, or maybe if we could have, if we can go back in time to our Victorian area and live in that area. One of the things that our friend, her name is Tony Fairclough, said to Michele is that she said Michelle's next life, that she apparently would be some girl from Poland. I don't know anything about that story, because one of the things about clairvoyance is sometimes it results in all kinds of confusion. So, I mean, maybe Tony saw something legitimate, but maybe she didn't understand the name or whatever. She asked the Ouija board. She asked, oh, okay, so she was a Ouija board. She asked Lucifer. Wait. It's another area that I don't really feel comfortable going into right now. But basically, we are working together, me and you, to come up with our new life chart for the next life. Yes. And I'm looking forward to it. Hi, Mr. Kitty Cat. You got done scratching your fur? Oh, God. He's always... Oh, come on, Lumi. You didn't bother you all day. No. Again. All right, so what we're going to do is, again, like I said, if you have comments, concerns, questions, whatever, please do not be afraid to contact me. If you want to send private email, you can send it to lumifinistra@gmail.com. If you want to ask questions of Michele, it is BICHELA3@gmail.com. And in all cases, we can use your donations to help us to better and improve our situation, our equipment, and make the studio better. This is your opportunity to support those things that you believe. And if you have any comments for videos for the future, I am more than willing to listen. Would you like to give your channel information so they can find you? If they want to contact, if you see on Lumi's channel, you may not know where mine is. It's simple. It's www.youtube.com/USCR/BICHELA4. Right. And also, you can check out the Welcome to My World channel, which covers the same videos as on Cable 13 here in Winsted. It's HTTP. I don't think you need HTTPR, Michele. I think these people can figure out that part. Okay. www.YOUTUBE.com/NASQ WELCOMYWORLD or NASQ. Welcome to my world. And that's just one word. And then they'll bring you to our Cable 13 channel, and you can check out the videos there too. And also, if you could have suggestions for videos for that page, let us know. We're open to any discussions that you could think of for the future and things like that. All right, guys, we're going to let you go. Again, don't forget the usual. Don't forget to like or dislike, share with your friends, enemies, whatever. Subscribe if you have not already done so. And of course, if you got questions, put them in the comment section. Comments, we'll love them. We'll look at them. We may not always reply to them, but we will at least we'll look at them. Thanks. So for now, bye-bye, everybody.